present for this evening. So once again, I want to welcome everybody onto this call tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Friday night, almost 300 people on the call, and it is going to be a very, very informative call for you this evening. We appreciate you spending your time on a Friday evening coming. Typically, when I've been a part of different companies in the past, no one dares do a call on a Friday night because no one shows up. But ladies and gentlemen, with over 285 people here on Friday night and the numbers steadily climbing, that is showing that you are seeing something that is literally, guys, nothing short of a financial miracle for a lot of people. And so let me go ahead and get our call started the right way. We're talking about a company where literally people are doubling their income in less than 60 days. In fact, many people on this line, ladies and gentlemen, if you ask them if they've been in for 60 days, they will attest to exactly what we are saying is 100% true. Now, I want you to know, we have to give a disclaimer out of the way. This presentation is not financial advice, enticement, or a guarantee of results. Results in the BG investment project are based on your own efforts, determination, and focus. And following the instructions and guidance of Professor Stephen Beard for the trading signals. BG is a Web3 trading project on DSJ Exchange that requires crypto to participate. So you can't participate using fiat dollars, okay? And that's why people will take money from their bank account, they will purchase crypto and then put it into their crypto trading bank account. And from there, ladies and gentlemen, they're able to participate in this project. So today's presentation is not an investment advice or an offer or a solicitation for the purpose of a sale of investments. Past performance is not indicative of future results. The cryptocurrency market is highly volatile and involves a high amount of risk in which you may lose some or all of your invested funds. You should not invest with funds that you cannot afford to lose. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you about something that is absolutely incredible. It's a win-win-win situation. I've seen this ever since March when I got involved, but I waited 9 months before I got involved because ladies and gentlemen, because I had been a part of some things in the past. And if I can be totally transparent, some of the things worked, some of them didn't. I lost money in some, I've made money in some. And so therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I decided that when I saw this, it just sounded too good to be true. And because of that, I literally set out for 9 months thinking that this could not possibly be real, especially when I went online and read some negative things and believed the things that I was reading. But the reality is this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to share with you why this is so powerful and why so many people want to be a part of this opportunity. You see, they have developed an AI that is literally winning in trading over 99.6% of its trades. Now, you don't have to know how to trade. The AI knows how to trade. And all we do is copy and paste the signals. And when we copy and paste, and then the AI takes the trade, we're able to be a part of that incredible winning percentage. Now, let me ask right now, how many new people do we have on the line tonight? If you guys can give me a heart in the emoji area, if this is your first time here on the call, I want to see how many hearts that we have coming up here. And I want to welcome all of you. Wow, we got quite a few hearts coming up here on a Friday night. Well, let me say this. Someone thought enough about you to invite you to this call, but it's not what you think. This is not one of those calls where they need you to join. I am going to show you, ladies and gentlemen, that they are making money without you every single day. They've only invited you to this call because they would like for you also to do what they're doing, and that's have the opportunity to earn income. Now, this wasn't something that was just started last night. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, back in August of 2022, BG Wealth Sharing Ltd. Went and signed a contract with DSJ Exchange, a 10-year cooperation agreement that we could literally follow the AI trading signals at zero cost. Let me repeat that. BG will not charge you a dime to use the AI and follow the signals. Now, I thought that that was so different. And DSJ Exchange is an exchange platform where whatever funds you put in, those are the funds, ladies and gentlemen, that in less than 60 days, by you copying and pasting signals, it has been doubling individuals' accounts in less than 60 days. Now, why did BG choose DSJ Exchange? Well, if you're going to do any trading at all, you have to do it either on an exchange platform or a broker platform. Now, I want you to understand the DSJ Exchange, they hold registrations and business certificates in more than 30 countries and regions around the world, including the Australian Securities and Investment Commission, as well as they filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. So what this means, ladies and gentlemen, is that they went to the proper authorities in certain areas and they let them know that they were in business. They let them know exactly what they're doing. And that alone, ladies and gentlemen, speaks volumes, because if you go online and you see people saying it's a scam or this or that, most scams are not going to alert the authorities as to what they're doing to be looked into. So that shows you, ladies and gentlemen, the mission and the vision behind BG Wealth Sharing. Professor Stephen Beard founded BG in 2018. And if you understand who he is, he's a gentleman who literally graduated from Oxford Brookes University with a doctorate and a master's degree in finance. He has an impeccable track record. And as of November 2025, he has in over 120 different countries, over 400,000 people and climbing every single day that are joining this company. How about if at the end of the call, we show you exactly what the numbers were for 2025, meaning from January of 2025 all the way to December of 25, we're going to show you the amount of profit the company actually made. And I think that that is phenomenal. I've been a part of a lot of companies before, but not one has ever opened up their books to show you what the company or how much money the company was making and what they were doing with it. So you have to understand the philosophy. Professor Stephen Beard wants to help over 1 million people get out of financial difficulty. Now, let me ask you a simple question. Would you like to be one of those 1 million plus people that he's going to help get out of financial difficulty? Meaning you'll be able to do what you want to do because you have the funds to be able to do it. Can I see some hearts on the screen if you want to be part of those over 1 million people? I want to make sure we got the right people here. Perfect. Well, see, we're in the right place at the right time. This is all about long-term growth. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is something, ladies and gentlemen, has been growing progressively over the past 3 years. For instance, at the end of December 2024, there were only about 3,000 people in the United States that even knew about this. At the end of December in 2025, there were over 84 or 86,000 people that have joined BG. If you understand this, you will understand there's advantages. And the reason why people are joining is because they recognize something. And that is, they now, for the first time, can use an AI that trades and wins over 99.6% of its trades. They realize that DSJ holds registrations and certificates in over 30 countries. They also recognize that BG has a guaranteed fund and safety program. What does that mean? BG put up 30 million pounds or $40 million. They did this so just in case as the AI takes the trades, if it loses all of its trades, meaning if it loses all of the funds that you deposited, into your account, they will draw from that account to replace your lost funds. I've never seen a company with that type of, you know, that type of a surety that they know what they have, they see their track record, and the only reason why they can offer that is because over the past 3 years, they know their win-loss ratio. So they're operating, ladies and gentlemen, off of the history and the current market. And as the AI becomes smarter and smarter, the win ratio, ladies and gentlemen, continues to increase. So we talked about that long-term project partnership, that 10-year agreement that they signed in August of 2022. And they're allowing all of us to not only copy and paste and earn income, but when we decide to share this with other people, we can earn additional income. So now, how do we complete a trade? It's real simple. Let's say you want to put $500 into your DSJ trading account. Again, this is your funds, it's in your trading account. DSJ uh, allows you to put that in there, and BG has no hold over your account whatsoever. That's your funds. Now, we all get 2 trade signals a day. Some people get as many as 7 trade signals a day, but everybody gets 2 trade signals a day. And whenever they trade, they won't risk more than 1% of your account on the initial trade. That means if you put in $500, they're only going to risk $5. And then you're going to get a minimum profit of 60 to 65% per trade. Now, what I love about this is if I put in $500, $495 is totally safe. It's not being used in the trade. I'm only going to risk $5. And so what happens is after you win both trades, you make somewhere around $6, $6.50. And then on day 2, now it's going to look at your account and say, well, you have 506 in it instead of 500. So let's up the percentage a little bit. And now let's base the trades on 506 rather than 500. And they're going to use 1% of that, if that makes sense. So with that being said, how do we trade? It's really simple. We go to a site called Bond Chat. When we go to Bond Chat, it's going to give us a code. That's where Professor Stephen Beard provides a code. Imagine this, ladies and gentlemen. Ask yourself, can you do this? Can you copy and paste either on your cell phone or on a computer? Most people can. So you'll copy the code from Bond Chat. You're going to paste the code into DSJ. You're going to click on what we call futures at the bottom. You'll click on a word called invited me. Then it says, please enter the order code. You're going to paste the code in the box. And then you're going to look at position. After you hit confirm, you're going to click on position order and make sure it says pending. It is just that simple. Now, how many people here on the line feel that you can copy and paste just like that? We have over 450 people here on the line. Give me some thumbs up if you feel that you can copy and paste and do that every single day. And it takes you really less than about 10 to 15 seconds to do that. See, guys, there's nothing difficult about this. It's just profitable. But there's nothing difficult about it. Now, what's interesting is I asked ChatGPT something, because here's what I know. The average person will leave this call and they're going to go Google DSJ. They're going to go Google BG. And they're going to find some negative things out there. Now, here's the reality. If somebody's spreading negative things, if they lie about one thing, is there a good chance that they're lying about others? So I asked ChatGPT, I said, is it possible that when you prove that somebody is lying and spreading negative things on a company online, that others will join in and do the same thing? Guess what ChatGPT said? Yes, that can absolutely happen. And they are well understood reasons why it does. Why does it happen? It says when someone starts lying or spreading negative claims about a company online, others may join in even if the claims aren't true, especially once the narrative gains momentum. So don't be surprised when you see people out there spreading negative things about the company. But we're going to examine tonight just one of the negative things that they're saying, and you're going to look at the reality of the truth. You see, documentation beats conversation. So, one of the big lies that they tell you out there, among many, one of the big lies is that people can't withdraw out of this company. And people believe it. They'll leave the call. Oh, you can't withdraw. So, you know what? No, I'm not joining that company because I understand people can't withdraw. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I take people in my back office all the time. I said, really? I'm going to bring up my back office right here. If you look at these are withdrawals, I want you to pay very close attention to the withdrawal dates. This right here up at the top says 1/9. What is today's date, ladies and gentlemen? Is it the 9th? Can I get some hearts? I want to make sure. Is today the 9th? I want to make sure everybody here on the line, the date, today's date, is it the 9th? Okay, perfect. I want to make sure I'm talking to the right group of people. So on 1/9/26, it says I did a withdrawal, and notice the status says paid. We did one on 1/5, paid. 1/4, paid. 12/29, paid. We go all the way down the list. But yet the lies out there telling you that people can't withdraw. And we go even further. Guys, I can go all the way back to my very first withdrawal. I've actually withdrawn over 40 plus times. I forget the number, maybe 40, 45, 46. But the reality is, you see a lie. We looked at the proof. So obviously, when you see people posting things like that, they have no idea what they're talking about. Other people join in. You go online, you read it, and you think it's true. When the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, every last person in this company is making money every single day when they copy and paste. I have people also telling me there's no way the AI is winning over 99.6% of its trades. Well, I just updated this. This is on the left is when I had taken 827 trades. And you notice the win ratio says 99.76. And then I just updated it today. We've taken now a total of 872 trades. And the win ratio right at the bottom is 99.7%. Documentation beats conversation or rumors 100% of the time. I'm showing you this to let you understand if you want to examine whether something is true or not. If somebody told you there was a house and inside that house or inside that building that this was going on and that was going on, and none of them have been inside the house, and you go inside the house and see something totally opposite, that's the only way you're going to know the reality. Now, people often ask me, well, what happens if the trade signal fails? Well, it has actually failed 2 times since I've been in March. And whenever it fails, they give you a replacement trade. And when you take the replacement trade, you typically end up winning about 3 times what you would have won on that first trade. So we absolutely love when the trade fails. It just doesn't fail that often, but we love when it fails because we make more money. Here's an example of a trade that took place on 12/9. This person had over $79,000 in their account, and it only risked 1% of their account, which was $792. The trade failed. That's why it's in red down here. It says minus 792. Then the professor gave them a replacement trade. And if you notice the replacement trade, they ended up winning over $1,453. So if they had won the first trade, they would have only made about $500. But when they won the second replacement trade, they ended up making over $1,400. Again, documentation beats conversation 100% of the time. So ladies and gentlemen, ask yourself a simple question. If everything which you're seeing today, and you're looking at this and you're saying, man, if I get into this and I start making money, will I love this? Yes, you absolutely will. But if you're wrong, can you live with it? The only way that you can live with it, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not risk more than you can afford, right, to risk. Never invest more than you can afford to risk. And a lot of times people will tell me, well, I don't have any extra funds. I would love to get in. Well, let's see if we can create some extra funds. Let's say you were a family of four. Now, here's my question. Do you realize that you're giving away money every single month? What if you only put in the money that you gave away in a month's time? What am I talking about? Well, ChatGPT again said the typical family of four eats out roughly spending $800 to $1,200 a month on restaurants and takeout. So what if you said this month, I'm not going to eat out the family, we're going to stay in and we're going to take funds that we would give away to restaurants and we're now going to put it to work for us to see if we can earn income like everybody else. Doesn't that make more sense? In fact, ladies and gentlemen, let's say you put in $500 or $1,000. Do you know that you're going to get a reward right away that first day? If you put in $500, they're going to give you a $25 bonus reward even before you take your first trade. If you come in with 1,000, you get 50. If you come in with 10,000, you'll get 500. And the referrer, the person that shared it with you, they're also going to get a bonus as you see on the left-hand column. So the reality is this. When we take trades, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to use the example of $3,000 here on the right. Now, I know it says 1.3% daily return. Typically, we're looking at with two trades about 1.2 to 1.3. So I don't really kind of go with the 1.3. I like to use like 1.25 to split it down the middle. But this is just to give you, this is for illustrative purposes only. This is not a guarantee of income. But this is showing you that in 60 days time, I want you guys to look at this. $3,000 just in 60 days time, taking two trades a day, you would end up with about $6,500. Your money doubled in 60 days. Now, here's what we tell everybody. Once your funds double, this is a great time to withdraw because you're not going to pay early withdrawal fee. If you withdraw funds before your account doubles from trading, then you pay an additional 20% early withdrawal fee. If you wait till after it doubles, and we see it only takes 60 days to double or less, now you don't have to pay the extra 20%, and we always pay a 12% withdrawal fee. That's to help the company to stabilize as far as a lot of departments and different things that need to be paid. That's fine because they're doubling our funds. We are okay with that. And the minimum withdrawal is $35. So I like to let everybody know that. So here's the big thing. That's with just getting two trades a day. Do you know some people are getting a third permanent signal? They're getting 3 trades a day. Do you know the difference between 2 trades a day and 3? Remember we said 2 trades a day with $3,000, you're going to make about $6,500. But with 3 trades a day in 60 days, you notice down at the bottom right-hand side, it says $8,749. So what would you rather have? Would you rather have 2 trades a day at 65, or would you like to have 3 trades a day at $8,740? Now, it's obvious. And that's why so many people, when they come in the company, say, oh, no, I want 3 trades a day. And we show you, ladies and gentlemen, how to do that if that is your choice. Meaning, if you go out and share this with 5 people, you become what we call a level 1 manager. 5 people getting started with the $500 or more in their account. And when those 5 do exactly the same thing that you did, they share it with 5 people each. You now have a total of about 30 people on your team. You have just become what we call a senior manager. And as that senior team manager, that's where you get that extra third signal. Now, what I also share with people is this. The company has a formula where they actually give out a salary. Now, I'm going to break away from the screen here in just a moment because at any moment, Professor Stephen Beer is going to give out the code. And when he gives out the code, we're going to go ahead and share with you guys how we copy and paste. Now, I'm notice here, are you in? I'm just going to make sure my admin is in so she can share her screen. So admin's coming right now. She's going to come in. Your screen should change in just a moment. We're going to show you how we copy and paste. So right here in Bond Chat, there's the code. We're going to click on the code. And now we're going to go over. We're going to go over to we're going to go over to where it says invited me. I want you guys to see that. And we're going to go ahead and paste the code right there in that box. And then we're going to hit the word confirm. And now we're going to click on position order and see that it says pending. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all that we do. Every single day, 7 days a week, twice a day. Everybody does it twice a day. Some people, ladies and gentlemen, are getting 3 trades a day. They're doing this 3 times a day. Now, if you just took that trade, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give me some hand claps. I want to see how many people here just did what we did. They went online, they went to a site, they copied a trade, and they went to the back office of DSJ, their own back office. And what did they do? They pasted the code. So now they're waiting. They're now waiting for the AI, ladies and gentlemen, to take the trade. And they're going to take it with anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes. So now I'm going to get back to, we talked a little bit about sharing with other people and the difference between 2 trades and 3 trades. Now, what's interesting is that we only showed you the difference between 2 trades and 3 trades just in 60 days. But if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to stretch it out a little bit longer. So I'm going to go to something called a daily compound calculating chart. I want you guys to see this. So when you go here, you can go to the calculatorsite.com. Now, again, I'm not projecting any income. I'm just showing you what's mathematically possible. You remember, let's say a person comes in with $500. And at $500 with 2 trades a day, and I know they said as high as 1.3, but I'm going to take it down. I'm just going to say an average of about 1.25. And I'm going to put in here 1 year. Now, is this guaranteed? Absolutely not. But every single person, ladies and gentlemen, have achieved this or more in the last year every single day. So now if I click on the word calculate, you'll notice that $500 in less than, right about a year's time, turns into roughly about $46,000. And it doesn't start out a lot, guys. It starts out small. If you notice, you're only making $6 a day in the beginning, right? And as each day goes on, you make a little more and a little more. But look what's happening to your balance. And so now as you go months down the road, all the way down to January of 2027, you're all the way up to $500 a day. And look where your balance has grown to over $46,000. Now, let's go back and look at this same scenario with 3 trades a day. If I click here, didn't add anything more, and I'm just going to hit calculate, 3 trades a day in 1 year's time is over $400,000. You guys see that? Same thing. I'm just taking 1 extra trade per day. But now here's a little math that you are not accounting for. You see, when you have 5 and each of the 5 have 5, that total team of 30, you receive additional bonuses. Now, what some people are doing is they're taking their additional bonus or salary And they're rolling that in. They're putting that in to trade with as well. What does that look like? If I click on the word here, deposit, by the time you have five who got five, ladies and gentlemen, you literally are over $525 in additional bonuses that they would have given you. And you receive a salary of $450 a month. And they give that to you at the rate of $150 every 10 days. We're going to examine that in just a minute. But what if I roll that into my trade account? Now I hit the word calculate. I'm only adding 450 a month that they're giving me in salary, and I only added in a one-time $525 bonus. I still only put $500 out of my pocket in. And now I hit the word calculate. Do you think it's going to make a big difference? You tell me. I hit the word calculate, and now what are you looking at? $1.2 million. Again, we're not projecting any income. I'm just showing you what's mathematically possible and what some people are doing right now. In fact, some people on this call that started with no more than $500, that's exactly what they're doing right now, except they're getting even a higher salary. And I want to share this with everybody. Let's go back to this one slide here because I want everybody on here to get it. Again, we have over 460 people on the call right now. So let's go back here. Let's go back to our current slide and let's talk about this. Remember I said when you have five people, you're called an LV1 or a junior spokesperson. You'll get a $100 bonus. Plus, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get an additional $30 cycle bonus every 10 days on the 9th, the 19th, and the 29th. Today is the 9th. It was payday for every single person that was an LV1 or higher. And we loved it. We got our bonuses. It was absolutely amazing. But when you help two of those five people, when they have their five, they did the same thing that you did, and you have a total of 25 people on your team, you now become an LV2. You get an extra $300 bonus. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get $150 every 10 days on the 9th, 19th, and 29th. When three of your people have five, and there's a total of 125 people on the team, you, ladies and gentlemen, now get an $800 bonus. And guess what the bonus every 10 days jumps up to now? An extra $500 every 10 days. When you become a level 4, you get a $2,000 bonus and $1,200 added to your account every single day. On this call, we have level 1, level 2s, level 3s, level 4s, and even level 5s on this call. See, as a level 5, you get a $5,000 bonus and $2,400 added every 10 days, and it's a beautiful thing. We have people right now getting ready to become level 6 on the team. And becoming a level 6, they're going to get an extra $12,000 bonus and $5,000 every 10 days. Now, I want to ask everybody here on this line. You see these different levels here. Even level 7, where you get a $25,000 bonus and an extra $10,000 every 10 days. Now, I'm going to ask everybody here on the line, if you achieve level 7, would your life be different? Right now, let me see some hearts, some emojis. If you hit level 7, or let me put it in the assertive, when you become level 7, because you said, man, this is a business I want to build. When you become a level 7 and you're getting an extra $10,000 every 10 days, is it going to make a difference in your life? Is it going to make a difference in your family's life? Is it other people you can help? That's what this is all about. It's not just about us. And that's the reason why the person invited you on this call tonight. They're trying to help you see and understand what's going on from the inside of this company. But even on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, over 100 people have achieved level 7. And you know what the company said? They said that's not enough. Yes, we're giving you the additional money, but we're going to give you another bonus as well. How about you go pick out your dream car? And we got the value has to be a minimum of 50,000 and it could be a max of 300,000 and the company says we're going to make the payments. Every single person in 2026, if by the end of 2026 you've hit level 7, you get a car. You remember that the Oprah Winfrey show where that time you get a car, you get a car, you get that's what's going on. So how many people here see themselves as level 7s by the end of 2026? Let me see some emojis or hearts. Can you see yourself? I need you to own this because, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of people on this line, including myself, who started out with literally in March a mere $130. And now, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to become a level 6 any day now. And from there, level 7 is right around the corner. See, here's what I know. Everything the professor has ever said, he's done. And that tells me a little bit about the character of this company. And professor said, you know what, level 7, that was the highest level, but you know what? I want to give more money. I'm going to create 5 more levels, all the way from level 8 through level 12. And in level 12, I'm going to give a I'm going to give a $2 million bonus, as he calls a promotion reward. And on top of that, how about if we give you $1 million every month? Oh, and by the way, we're not done. Just like with the car, they're going to purchase for you a $3 million villa. Can you guys see yourself being a level 12? You see, ladies and gentlemen, if the vision is there, all it takes is time. Time and a repeated conservative effort of being willing to share this with individuals. Now, we're going to see the results of the trade tonight, but I'm not done with you yet. I want to share with you something that's really powerful. You see, you thought that you saw a lot right now, and you have, but I'm going to take you to our Telegram group, and I want to share this with you. Let's see if I can get Telegram to come up on the screen here again. And I want to share with you something that's really interesting. You know, every year, and I didn't know this because I joined in March of 2025, but I didn't know that every year BG has put out their yearly report. So in 2024, they put out a yearly report, and now in 2025, they just put out a yearly report. So their yearly report showed that the company profited over $26 million. I want you guys to understand how powerful that is. And they have different departments that they pay for doing different things. There's a national broker team. They have a marketing department that they paid over almost $4 million to. They have a finance and HR department that they paid almost $4 million to. See, guys, this is amazing. You can see how the money is allocated. This isn't somebody operating out of their garage. Scams don't give out annual reports. You're looking at something that's life-changing. They also showed where the majority of people are coming into the company. And Indonesia is number 1. United States is number 2. Then you have India and Japan and South Korea. Look at the numbers of people that have come in 2025 and in what particular country. Do you see the power of this, ladies and gentlemen? They also showed you how their profit margin every single month, January, February, March, April, profit margin has been doing nothing but just honestly just climbing. They're just been in profit every single month. Look at the company profits in millions. This doesn't include the money that they're paying us when we win our trade. This is just the additional profit that the company is making. Because guess what? Every time you and I take a trade in profit, the company profits also. Because remember, we get 60 to 65% of the profit. Guess who gets the rest? It's split between BG and DSJ. Talk about a win 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 scenario. We have it, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why I invite every single person to look at the reality of the documentation that you're seeing and ignore any of the rumors that you see online, because we already proved tonight that if they're lying about one thing, they're lying about other things too. ChatGPT told you that. So here's the reality, and I'm sharing with everybody. Guys, people are doing events now. There's an event coming up tomorrow in Tupelo. The address is right here. Everything is right here on the screen. You can literally RSVP the phone number that's showing there. I'll leave it up here for a second so you can get a screenshot. Anybody you know in that area, that event is going to be tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's also going to be another event tomorrow in Atlanta. And you can scan the code here. They have, this is a ticket only event. I know they sold out, but you can still try to contact Tara, the facilitator of this event. And Tara said there's going to be standing room only, but she says she doesn't really want to turn people away. But I know every room has a maximum capacity. So for those of you that registered early, you are in for an incredible treat. Now, rather than me talk about this next event, because the next event we're going to talk about on the 23rd, I'm going to ask Jamani. Jamani, if you're on the line with us, if you can raise your hand, and that way we can find you and unmute you to talk about this next event that is going to take place in, there you go, Jamani. If you can unmute yourself, tell us about the event that's about to happen in Jackson.
It's actually January 24th. January 24th.
Oh, January 24th. Okay.
Saturday, January 24th, we're going to do our first event. It is going to be off the meat rack. 200. Yes, mother. She says don't say meat rack. Well, it's going to be really, really nice, you guys. Okay. It's going to be several hundred people here. In Jackson, Mississippi, we getting ready to take over the city with this event. We have guests coming. Randy, we get Tar coming. We get the crypto broker Travis is coming, and none other than the first person who hit level 7, Miss Ann. So y'all can come up, y'all can come on out and help support us. We have so far, it's like 10 people, 10 different people that reached out that's coming from different states. So after the event, we got a lot of surprises for y'all.
Now, Germani, I know you said there's another special surprise guest that's going to, people will be able to hear from them. And guys, when you see who it is, you are going to absolutely be floored. So you want to make sure if you're in that area to make sure you're at that event. And that's all we're going to say on that, right, Jamani?
Yes, sir.
All right. And guys, I want to congratulate Jamani as well. Jamani has been working very, very hard. Jamani, you started what, in July?
Yeah, July. I saw July 2nd, 3rd.
And how
2nd.
much did you get started with?
$1,000.
Okay. So guys, let me explain something about Jamani. You know, this company has progressed a lot since I've been in it. And right now, they're in the process of opening up, and I think it's over 300 offices in the United States. Jamani, what did you just do today? Let everybody know what you just did today.
Well, what we just did today was get an office opened up. I would like to thank the 4 lionesses. They know who they are. I couldn't have done it without them. We all did it together. Jessica, shout out to you. Tracy, and none other than my A-School Boom, Dr. Luckett, and D. it was because of them that was
Wow.
accomplished.
Wow. And guys, the professor is helping pay for those offices. So you have to understand, remember when you saw the chart there and it said the part of marketing and all those different things, that's all being allocated. Why? Because the professor wants to help everybody grow. And congratulations, Jamani, you and the Jackson team for opening up an office there in Jackson. I'm telling you, I can't wait to see the office. It's just absolutely powerful when you see all these things taking place and as they're happening. I mean, it just it is so surreal, and I'm absolutely loving it. And I know, Jamani, let everybody know too. How much do you have in your trade account right now?
69,000.
69,000 from $1,000 starting when?
July. But I took toward like almost 13,000 out. That's why it's so low.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well,
I'm not
listen,
touching it no more for a little while. So I gotta let it stack up. So
there you go. Guys, can we
yeah.
give Giovanni some hand claps for opening up today his office? They just went, signed the lease, got the office, got the keys. They're in there now. Giovanni, everybody's giving you hand claps. I mean, that is absolutely powerful. We appreciate you and your team there. You're doing an awesome job. And I tell you what, it's going to be an incredible event down there in Jackson. You guys deserve it on the 24th. And look forward to seeing everyone there at that event. More events, guys, to be announced. A lot of people are meeting in homes, guys. So these are just a couple of ones that we're talking about. But right now, people are meeting in different homes. People are meeting in restaurants. They're sharing the copy and paste right there with people, and it's absolutely incredible. And that's what we tell everybody to do. That is something that each and every person here on the line can do, and it is absolutely incredible. So thanks so much, Jamani. We appreciate you, my
And
friend.
look, I would like to say something too for y'all that's listening. You can't do it without a squad. There's no way I could have done it. I'm just the voice. The movement belongs to the people. If it weren't for you guys, it would not have been done. I don't take this for granted. Because of you all, over the last 8 days, we've been averaging 22 signups. Now, I don't know none of the 22 people. I may know like seven, 6 or 7. It's because of you all. So I would like to say that on this open line. I appreciate y'all. And we'll see you in Jacktown on the 24th. And Tupelo tomorrow. We coming to show up and show out. The Jackson squad coming up to show up and show out in Tupelo and open that up. That's all I got.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Again, congratulations, Jamani. Absolutely incredible. And we want to see, did we have the trade results yet? I think we have trade results out. Let me ask right here on the line, all of those who are on the line, we're getting ready to put up the trade results so everybody could see it. I want to ask everybody on the line, if you took the trade and you won the trade, guys, give me some hand claps. Give me some hearts. Let me know if you won that trade. We want to let all the new folks know on the line that that trade was won. We can go right here and let's see if we've got some of the results. People post their results. You see people are doing the hand claps. Look at the emojis. People are excited and they posted that the trade won. So I want you guys to think about this. We are all in a position, ladies and gentlemen, to do something. And that is every single day. You and I, we have the opportunity in front of us to do anything that we want to do that can improve our life. See, every single day, all of us are going to make decisions. Some decisions you make will keep you in the same position that you are in. Other decisions that you make will get you out of the position that you're in. And ladies and gentlemen, turn around to be something that is truly life changing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know, I'm going to unmute the line. If you were ones that won the trade today, if you won that trade, I'm going to ask everybody to unmute and tell and just scream out very loud I just got paid.
I
I
just
just
got
got
paid.
paid.
Just got
Hey,
paid.
I
Just
said,
got
get
paid.
paid.
hey,
Friday.
hey,
It's
hey,
Friday night.
hey,
Friday
hey,
night.
Run it up, run it up.
Got
Got
paid.
paid.
Saturday
Just got
night.
paid.
Night.
Saturday
Saturday
night.
night.
I need
Paid.
my
Period.
phone
After
here.
Can't
period.
buy, baby,
Come on.
19.
Just got
You
paid.
need to play
Woo.
it
Just
again.
got
Got
paid.
paid. It's Friday night.
Run up the
When,
honey
when,
check.
when.
Just
New York
got
City.
Just got
paid.
paid.
Over and over.
That's
I